nieces and nephews, welcome back to Auntie No's Kitchen and to my new nieces and nephews. Welcome to the family. Today we are going to make something I really crave for doing my pregnancy with the Pamper Princess up there. Ching ching. Oh God, ching ching. It's an African treat, but I call it a cookie. I call them cookies, but you know they call them as an African treat. So nice, sweet little mini like little dough. You know they're like the smallest dice. But we're gonna do a flip and a swip, and we're gonna get started. Okay, they're very simple to make. It's no high tech thing to do. Very simple ingredients. You probably got them already at the house. Okay, so again, we're gonna do a flip and a swip, and we're gonna get started. Like I said, chin chin, C-H-I-N, you know, like chin, and C-H-I-N, chin chin. I may be pronouncing it wrong, but that's what I call them, chin chin, ching ching, whatever you want to call them, honey. All I know, they're good. You're going to need some oil. I use a frying pan. See my little beat up pan here? It's all right. Got a little dent on the side. Serves its purpose, right? As long as it's not a hole in it, okay? Use what you got. Okay, you're going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, which I have nuked in the microwave, 1 can of evaporated milk. Do not dilute this. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, but me, I add a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon to mine. So like I said, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I use both. And 1 tablespoon of baking powder, not baking soda. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Baking powder, yum, yum, yum. And 1 cup of sugar. I probably already said that. I got rumbles and strong. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, let me get my butter. We're going to get started. You're going to need a knife. You can use a pizza cutter, but I'm telling you, honey, I did not feel like going in there, my little kitchen closet, and going through my little utensil box looking for no pizza cutter. This long, beautiful knife will do. You're going to need some flour for dusting, a rolling pin, which that is over there, and this is to scoop your chin chin out of the oil. And you're going to need some nice clean hands, so let me wash my hands and I'll be back. Okay, it's just like with any dough you're going to make, bread dough, whatever. Okay, you're going to mix in your dry ingredients. I just love the scent of nutmeg and cinnamon together. A little housekeeping. I'm going to pour in all my dry ingredients. Get out of there. A little housekeeping. And you know, I'm using salted butter, so I don't have to add salt. Now, if you're not going to use salted butter, you're going to have to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And if you don't want salt, well, you need salt. I'm sorry. Salt is just something you just can't avoid. You know, you're going to have salt because it balances out the sugar. And you're going to mix all of this together. Remember, wash those beautiful hands. You don't want cooties in your chin chin. You don't want cooties in your food at all. What's honey? You can't be eating out of here by the house. You know what I mean? Honey, I'm serious. I never forget. We had a what do you call it? A holiday. I never ate at work. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't eat at work for 2 reasons. 1, my dietary restrictions with my little tum-tum. And 2, I don't know what them folk were doing. Especially when I had a person that worked me told me she threw her collard greens in the washing machine. She had brought some collard greens and there was a gem clip in them. That was funny to me. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add our egg. And I know some people make a little well on the inside of that. I never do that because to me I don't see any purpose in doing none of that. Okay, I'm going to add my milk. And I'm going to mix all of this together. Little housekeeping noise over here. Sorry about that, family. I'm gonna mix this together first, get it all incorporated. Then I'll use my finger forks. Now I can use my finger forks. Now, when I say finger forks, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of this flour on. If you whatever your flour you're using, you use this as your dusting. This is all-purpose flour, so I will be using all-purpose flour as my little dusting. Put a little bit on here so I can use my hand and pat it down here to mix this and make a dough. I be making my chin dough. And you know, sometimes when your dough is a little wet, it's okay to add a little bit more flour. That's my grandmama always said, you can always add in, but you can't remove. And I'll be pouring this onto a board to knead. My arm getting tired already. Hold on, let me rest my arm. Okay, guys, I'm still kneading, but it tires my arm out. So I'm going to dump this onto my flour board. Housekeeping over there. Like I told you, I flour the palm of my hands. Make sure I don't knock my pot of oil over here. And this is quite simple. And I'm going to roll this out really thin with my rolling pin. Like I said, I'm going to dust my entire board. I should have used my bigger board for this. I didn't even think about it. And I'm going to have to get another. Well, I really don't. I can just toss this out. And I'm going to roll this out. Make sure I have flour on all parts of this board, because I don't want anything to stick. Like it's sticking up under here because I don't have enough flour up under here. That's the thing about dealing with dough. You got to make sure your board is nice and floured so you don't have to deal with stickiness. It's this time of year. It's time for me to get to making Caitlin's breads for the freezer. Her pumpkin bread. I have to make pumpkin bread, ginger, and banana. No nuts. Yep. So I had to make her pumpkin bread, banana bread, and ginger bread for the freezer. So she can grab them, because she likes to have her breads for school, you know, so they can, you know, touch and grab and go. And you want this thin. And if I have to, some of my dough is going to come off my board, that is all right. I just cut it off. Take my beautiful long knife. And I just trim it off. Am I going to throw it away? No. I'm not going to throw it away. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it right over here. Because there's nothing wrong with this dough. still usable. Gonna roll this, finish rolling this out. Now everybody does theirs different. You know guys, bear with me. You know, the last time I made this was probably, I think Caitlin was probably, it was when that Lion King 3, I think, came out. Because it all started when Tay was little. And you're going to go down here and cut out your little squares. You're going to cut your lines out. I think it all started when he was like 8 years old with that doggone Lion King movie. And then for some reason, I crave them. Like I said, it's easier to use a pizza cutter. Like I said, it's been over a decade. So you all gonna have to bear with me today. Okay? I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna cut them into, let me go down here and cut my lines out. I may have to find that pizza cutter. Cause this ain't working with me and I keep bumping into by the store now because I took my protectors off. Okay? I'll be right back. Let me get these lines cut. Hey, Auntie had to do a little housekeeping because I had flour everywhere. And y'all know Auntie and that OCD, honey, I couldn't take it. I just couldn't, I couldn't go on. As Celine D done say, whatever she said about I can't go on. So when you cut these up, okay, Perfect Patty does not live on my channel, and Perfect Patty does not reside in my home. So my chin-chins don't come out perfect like my native Nigerians, okay? So, but they're cute and they're square and they're good. Now, family reunion meeting. I would suggest you probably add half your milk, half the can of milk, and stir. Because you add the whole can. Like I said, I have, you know, I'm telling y'all, it's been over a. Let me see, how old is Kaden? Kaden will be 23 this year, and I think she was like 8 or 9. There was one time. And then Tay was 8. Okay, I made them twice in my whole life. But I ate a lot of them when I was pregnant because my friend Cece Biscuit, she's Nigerian, she made them for me. And she would say, oh, my dear, I made you chin-chins. And she used to make me oxtail and jollof rice. Oh my goodness. Those were the days. And so, till my doctor took my rice away from me. And my chin-chin. So, all right, I'm waiting on this oil to give me a good, nice, high heat. And then we're going to get to cooking. I need to turn this down because I saw the flame come out from under the pot. Okay, we'll be right back. Want to line your pan with paper towels. Double or triple line it. Okay, let me test my oil, see if it's hot enough. Let me find a little teeny weeny one. Well, they are a little. Okay, all right, we got that going. You don't want to overcrowd your pan, and it doesn't take long for them to cook, and that's why you toss it. Well, you know, I didn't toss them in flour. As I cut them, I just what do you call it? Threw them in flour. And I did. You really don't do it. I shouldn't be dropping them in like that. That's a no-no. It doesn't take long to cook these. It's just like cooking funnel cakes and churros. You know, this dough cooks up really, really fast. And what you're looking for is that beautiful golden crust. You're not trying to burn them. And you see they're puffing up. Oh, look at how pretty they are. And this is what you're looking for. You're not looking to burn them. You're not looking for anything dark. I like mine crispy. I don't like them soft. And you know, some Americans, when they make them, they toss them around in cinnamon sugar. I don't do that. Well, like I said, this is my third time, so you can do whatever you want to do with yours. And I'm going to turn them because I want them all to be nice and pretty. Yes, nice and pretty. I do want them to be nice and pretty, and I do want them browned both sides. They smell like donuts. That's what they smell like, you know. Some people chin-chins are really tiny. Like I said, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, we're not perfect. This is the way I like them. These are my chin-chins. And when you make yours, there'll be your chin-chin, right? Your chin-chin, my chin-chin. That's why when you make a recipe, you can do whatever you want to do to it to make it yours. And that way you can say, I made these. And let me put them over here in this pan. You don't have to have them too dark. You can have them any way you want to. It doesn't take long for these things to cook. I'm gonna bring this pan over closer because I don't want, that's a real dark one. And I spread them out on my paper towel so I can have some crunch, because I do like mine to be crispy. I don't like mine soft. Splash of oil hit my auntie's hand. Yeah, auntie fingertips got a little oil hit them. Let me just throw these in here. Yeah, a little oil hit auntie's fingertips. Have to protect these beautiful fingers. And that's the last little bunch. And you know you can freeze that dough, and that's what I did. I didn't feel like cooking the rest of them, cutting up, so I froze it. I'm not gonna lie. I said, auntie got tired. I'm like, I don't feel like fooling with it anymore. Yeah, as they cook, my finger burning. I can turn my stove off now, get that heat off. I hate grease. All right, be right back and move these pans around. All right, nieces and nephews, here is our chin-chin. And you know, yeah, I like mine a little bit crunchy, but they're soft on the inside. That's what I love about them. And if you make them really, really, really tiny, the whole thing is going to be eating like Fritos. I don't like that effect. They taste like donuts. You can, like I said, some people toss them in sugar. Most Americans do that. Toss them in sugar or toss them around in cinnamon sugar, but they're normally just eating like this. Like I said, you can make them in different sizes. You'll find a lot of them be this size or smaller. Some of them people make them in strips. These are my chin-chins, so this is my recipe. Okay, so that's it, guys. So guys, thank you for assisting me in making these chin-chins. Chin-chins, chin-chin with whatever you want to call them. And if I'm mispronouncing it, forgive me, my Nigerian family. Forgive me, my African family, please. Okay? Okay, until the next upload, go be you, but do what? Be great being you, and love, what is it? Hugs, kisses, and love to all of you. Hakuna Matata. Bye.